These guys are making a lot of noise. Good God. Where are you? There they are. Hello. What's the deal, guys? How this is coming out with the sun. Oh my God. Look. Here's my new campsite. We survived the extreme temperatures yesterday. It's Wednesday, and I'm in a campsite. The campground's a lot farther north than I was, and it's only supposed to get in the 80s today. So here she is. She's getting a little bit of morning sun, but she's tucked in here real nice in the shade in the afternoon. Yet I still have a place I can put my solar panels, which is really cool. Yeah, I have a story to tell, but I'm gonna walk around here, kind of show you the campgrounds I'm at right now. I headed a bit north, and yeah, it's only supposed to be, well, the high 80s, which sounds hot, but it's a lot better than the 93 and 94 everywhere else. Oh my gosh, please. You guys, oh, they're moving. You see their shadows. You're all noisy. Anyway, here's some of the campground here. Here's the lake, of course. And then over by my trailer, excuse me, over by my van. There you go. And there's some really nice spots here. Oh, here's one. Everything seems to be in the shade right now. Believe me, it's not during the day. I have the best campsite in the whole campground right now. But when I pulled in, somebody was there. They were laying in a hammock between the trees, and apparently they were just taking a break. They weren't camping there. As soon as I got here, they left. So the only place I could find shade other than that spot and this other one right next to it here, it's right next to my other one, was this spot right here. But it's just kind of out there, you know. So I started to park there, and then they left. So as soon as I got settled, of course, they left. But here's some, couple more sites over here. Got a site there. I like this one. I think once it cools down, this would be a really nice site. It's gonna get morning sun, but it won't get afternoon. But I like how it's kind of tucked back there like that. The rest of these are pretty much full sun sites. A neighbor came in last night. Anyway, so yeah, this is a beautiful park. I've been here before. I wasn't planning on coming up here until next Monday when I left town. But circumstances, which I'll tell you about, brought me out of the other camp and eventually ended up back here just for a day. I'm not gonna go. My plan was to go into town tonight, but it's still like 94 in town, and I'm no way I'm spending the night there. So I canceled my early morning appointment, and because I decided to stay the night here, and it's a couple hours into town, but I still have my van appointment at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, well, here we are. Okay, so let's sit down and we'll talk about what's going on now. Always something. Okay, hi. You know, the minute I sit here and to talk, the wind's going to start blowing. So it's the wind, people. It's nature. Let's just all pretend like it's not there. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a story. As you know, the last campsite I was in was up in a loop. Actually, there was a lower part to that campground. Anyway, it was up in the loop. We had some people over the weekend there, and but then they left on Monday. So Monday afternoon, I was kind of, doing things around camp. I look over and this guy comes up from the campground down below. Now there's two guys down there, and I'd actually seen one of them when I did a walk the day before. Well, this was the other guy. And he came up and he walked around. I thought, oh good, a neighbor, somebody I can talk to. No. He came over and, and I just started a conversation. Yeah, it's hot out here today. And he proceeded the next 2 or 3 minutes to tell me his whole life story. And it was not pretty. The whole time he was talking to me, he was agitated, and he kept walking loops, in circles and back and forth, and he was telling me his whole life story while this is going on, and I'm standing there going, oh boy, this isn't right. So I just said some things to appease him, and like, yeah, the 20s are a tough time, and things like that. But, eventually I just started working around camp and he went away. And I don't even think it was a conscious thing on my part, but I just started packing stuff. Here it was, I'd been here for 5 days, and nobody came up there. He never came up to see who was up there before, so he didn't know I was there apparently until I took that walk the day before. Nobody ever came up, so it was strange. He came up there, and like I said, I was just trying to put things away. I'm starting to pack stuff, and I'm going, where am I going to go? Things like that, I wasn't scared or anything. I just like, I really shouldn't stay here. I don't feel comfortable in the same campground with this guy, especially when there's nobody else around. So I'm just, like I said, putting stuff away. I had a week's worth of junk out, but I kept glancing back towards his camp, and sure enough, it wasn't 45 minutes later, this guy comes walking back up the road. I could see him through the trees, and I was like, excuse my language, shit. So I got in the van and I got my pepper spray and I just waited. He went through the loop and then he left, and I came out and I said, okay, put it into gear, girl, you need to pack up. So I packed up all my solar and everything. It was a pain. I wanted to leave before he did another loop up there. Now that, mind you, why would you come up there after I was up there for 5 days, why would you come up there twice in within an hour to talk to me? He was so uncomfortable when he was talking to me. What, he's going to come up here and torture himself and talk to me some more? I could tell you more, but it was just, he had a problem with women. And the reason I know this is he told me at least 3 times in that 2 or 3 minute conversation. It's fine. I'm leaving. So when I did leave, now mind you, I want to say this because it's important to say, I was not scared this whole time. I was very cautious. I was not scared and I wasn't freaked out. I was like, time to go. And it's happened before, not this particular situation where I was just like, oops, time to go. When it's time, it's time. So yeah, I wasn't freaked out or anything. I did take precautions and everything like that. And when I left camp, it was weird, is because when I left camp, I passed him standing in the road talking to the guy next to him, and he was perfectly fine. He wasn't pacing, he wasn't agitated. They were having a regular conversation. I just noticed that when I passed. I go, so yeah, he had a problem with women. So anyway, I got to the road, and the main road, and I go, well, do I go right or do I go left? Well, I know what left was because I came in that way and had gone shopping at Walmart. So I said, let's try the right. And it was the best drive. It was just really a nice 2-hour drive because I got to see places I haven't seen since I was a teenager. And then I saw some towns that I've heard about and just never went to because I always worked. And either at home or at work, you know. I just never took vacations or anything anymore. So I want to go back. We have a wine country here in Missouri, and this was Hermann, Missouri. It's a very popular place, a wine country area. And it was just nice. I just thrilled to death, but I did not stop. It was in the mid-90s, and I couldn't. I had the cats in the van. So I went ahead to the next campsite, and I had actually been there one night before I came to the one I had been at. So I got there. It's not a place you stay for days. It's a good stopping over for the night kind of place. So I went there, and get this, this all happened like, I think I left the camp at 1:30. It was around 4 or so. But the heat index that evening was 101. And believe it or not, I kept those cats cool. Anyway. So I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to tell you that story because I know it's important to people that have not gone out or are thinking about going out and traveling on the road, especially women, that this frightens you. You know, oh my God, what if I run into somebody crazy? Leave. My instincts told me to leave. Before I ever even thought it, I was getting stuff packed up. I was just, because somewhere in my subconscious, I'm going, I can't stay. So I'm packing my stuff. It wasn't until he did that second loop around I really put it into gear. But don't sit there and go, no, I'm just being paranoid. Oh, the poor guy, you know, he just needs somebody to talk to. Don't do that. Seriously, I mean, don't do that. Just listen to your instincts and leave. And this is really important. And I have run into situations like this before, and I just listen to my instincts. Forget what people tell you. Oh, you're being rude, you know. Forget all that. Just leave, and you'll be okay. You know, and that's why I wouldn't share this with you all, but I thought this is what women especially are afraid of. They're afraid of running into somebody crazy. Well, guess what? You get little hints when people aren't quite right. Was that guy quite right? No, I don't think he was, but even so, I didn't even dwell on the, well, maybe. No, I just left. And really, seriously, if you listen to the instincts, if you pay attention to the cues, the little hints you're getting, and just leave, you will be okay. It's so much better. Would I have been able to sleep that night? No. I wasn't scared, but it was like I would have been sitting there going what if in my head all night long, and I'm not doing that. I'm out here to enjoy myself, to enjoy life, to be free, and I'm not going to sit in there and do what ifs all the time. Oh, what if he's okay? Or no, he won't. That's just crazy thinking, Cindy. Go. And that's what I wanted to tell you in this video. And sorry it took me so long to tell you, but it's just really important that the people that are thinking about going out, if you listen to your instincts, what nature gave you, it's almost a base instinct inside of you. Chances are you will be just fine. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'll talk about later, and there's things happening, but I'll talk later. Good stuff in another video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.